Looking at some of the most recent Mustangs, to me it's becoming more and more like a sports car and less like a muscle car, which is great for anyone who enjoys driving and handling and not just going in a straight line. But it feels like the Mustang has lost most of its muscle car characteristics compared to the Camaro and the Dodge Challenger, which is, it's cool in a way. But what I want to do in this redesign right here is take inspiration from the 1967 GT 500 and apply that onto the face of the new Mach 1 here. So you can see the difference here in styling and in general philosophy when it comes to the approach to what car the Mustang is supposed to be. At top here, it's a raw muscle car. It's very simple, especially in the shapes. It still has the muscle car design, the muscle car proportions of the car, but it's still a simple car. And here it becomes more of a complex shape, a lot of angles going on. And what I want to do is take inspiration specifically from this front end here and apply that to this front end of the Mach-E. As you can see, what I think is special with the Mustang, the early Mustangs from the 60s, is this line right here. It's almost like it's inverted right here. If you can see this bend, it almost bends this way. So it has this sad, almost sad or confused look in the face, and it still had that in the 2007 models of the Mustang when it was first reiterated as a modern car. But then over the years, we've lost that feeling and it's becoming more like a regular sports car now. So I want to add this line here. I want to have it be something similar like this on this front fascia here. So have the grille be in line with this, and also maybe the lights have almost like a dipping feeling to them on the far ends instead of having what we have now. So instead of having an angle going this way, we might even have the angle going this way for the lights to recreate that feeling of the original 1967 GT500. And also you have these deep sockets right here in the corners where the light sits right here, and that's something I want to apply here too. So we're gonna have to create some sort of shelving here and have everything fall, all the graphics fall underneath that shelving. So we want to have the shelving be in line with the top of the grille as well and the top of the lights. And then these angles here, I was thinking I'm gonna straighten them up to go something like this. Because if you think about it, a Mustang car is all about simplicity. It's about simple geometries and simple shapes, and a simplicity in general when it comes to what the car is. So that's kind of the feeling I want to take from the original and apply to this modern Mach-E. That's what we're gonna do right now. So let's jump into Photoshop. Let's see how this is going to turn out. The Challenger and the Camaro has always been angry, less sophisticated than the Mustang. It sort of lacks emotion, simple-minded and raw. However, the Mustang, to me, the front face of the 1967 GT 500 Mustang, it looks like a mental patient with all this anger within him, but he doesn't know how to express it. The Mustang is unaware of how powerful he is. You wouldn't know from just looking at his face right here. All you notice is that something's a little off with him, his lifeless eyes overshadowed by the deep eye sockets, and a constant sort of confused look with this line that I was talking about. It's almost sad, with an eerie feeling that if you play your cards wrong, you'll set him off into a rampage. And that's the feeling, the essence that I want to capture in this new redesign that we're gonna do here. So a couple of things that I want to mention here in this redesign, a couple of details that I wanted to add from the 1967 and the 1960s Mustangs in general, is I love the hockey stick shape that goes from the bottom of the door panel and then up on the rear fender. I think that is a typical Mustang line, and I had it on my 2012 Mustang GT, but then when this S550 came out in 2015, they just ditched that and instead had just one shoulder line and one straight line at the bottom that almost goes parallel, but I still want to have that hockey stick shape at the end of the lower line. I think that is a typical Mustang line, and in addition to that, I want to continue the shoulder line into the front headlights because that's what they had on the 1967. We might as well add it here to the top corner of the headlights where you have the rounded lights. I want to have this shoulder line continue past the front wheel arch and into the light as well, and then of course add this shelving where you have almost like a frowning face, and underneath that frown you have the eyes, and then you have the grille in line on the same level. Another thing I did was sharpen up the A-pillar corner when it turns and becomes the roof. I like the original styling more when they have more of a sharp corner there instead of more of a coupe sports car, general sports car vibe that we have on the Mustang today. I want to have more of a sharp corner, so more of a straight line A-pillar, and then it goes into a sharp corner in the top before it dips down to the coupe roof line. In addition to that, it chose to lower the roof line just a tiny bit to give it more of a beefy appearance. So you have this massive face and then a shorter, a lower roof line. It just gives it more powerful appearance, of course, in combination with all the simple geometries that we added to this. Now we have a lot more horizontal lines going on in the front, more muscle car. It adds to the width of the car. We also have more vertical lines in the lower part of the car, the front fascia as well. Also adds to the structure of this front end. That's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the TheSketchMonkey. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.